All right, you guys, welcome to GSPOT. I am working on a pendant light. This is the first one I've done, but I have experience with electrical circuit boards and stuff like that. So let me start off with, I was gonna do a river table with this board. I actually had a couple more pieces. But right now the market is kind of oversaturated with river tables, and I mean there's all kinds out there. There's some really nice, beautiful pieces of work, but the prices are getting reduced. The prices of epoxy is getting reduced, so that means it's not for a big market for that. So I said let me take a different approach to this and make some pendant lights. I got some bulbs coming, the Edison bulbs that hang from the wire, but I had some LED lights. I did originally order some 2-inch LED lights, some really small ones, but they weren't bright enough. Even though they was 5K, these right here, these bulbs are, these LED lights are 3K. So what I did was, I had this one. I don't know if some of you guys are probably familiar with this. This is 3K lighting, so it's still on a lower spectrum. So it's more of a soft glow of a light. And then you just, of course, screw the bulb into it. There we go. So it's 10 watt. Normally 65, reduced down to 10. And these are good for 13 years. And they're dimmable, and the brightness is 700 lumens, right? So this is just an example. This has a plug on it or whatever, so I can test it. Have a power wire coming up through. I'm gonna have a way longer wire because I don't know what the customer, how high their ceiling might be or what the case may be, to hang it. Then I have these really neat cables. I was shopping around looking for different cables because I seen some of these lights hanging from chains, hanging from ropes, but I wanted to give it a little bit more modern look. Even though this is a with a slab, so it's like a mixture of the two with the modern. If I cut it and make it square, that'd be like super modern or whatever the case may be, or just I don't know. So with these cables, which is a really cool feature on this, is that in order to adjust it, right, because every height's going to be different, you can just take it and it just pushes through and it'll lock in place, which is really awesome. And then when you want to pull it back, if you go too far, you just push this little, you get it, push this little tab in, get real close, you push that tab in right there and it lets you pull it back. Fisheye or eye screws. It's going to screw it to the side and the wire run right through it, clip on, and it hang up to your ceiling, whatever hooks you're going to use on the ceiling. And that'll be that. So I'm going to go ahead and get this sanded down, and yeah, let's see how this project goes. So this is what the shadow looks like now, and it's actually got some spalting in it, which actually turned out pretty nice. So now once it gets that clear coat on it, it's gonna really bring out the color. Thinking about what I should use to coat this with. Let's get all this. So after it's nice and sanded. So now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna coat it with. So we got about that's gonna work out. That is gonna work out just fine. So we only went in quarter inch. Go. But this is gonna work out. All right, so I figured out how I'm gonna do it. I am going to notch it out and make that box. I think I'm going to put it to the left side. Doesn't really matter if I do it over here or if I do it over here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut out a 4x4 square right over here. Put a piece of plexiglass down on the inside, then put 4 on the outside, or whatever, 4 pieces. So this will be completely encased in fiberglass. Then I will wire these up. I might make them. I was thinking about how I was going to do them. As far as oh my goodness, excuse me, guys. I was trying to figure out how I was going to do them as far as connecting them. After I got the power source ran on the outside. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna solder them. I'm gonna go ahead and do everything in that box. I'm gonna have everything within that box, and I'm gonna cut a groove for each one of the wires. It's gonna run down this channel, and then I'm gonna make a 4x4 however long this is to cover up the notches and the wires from both ends, and just have a nice black plate cover cross over everything. Only thing that'll be coming out would be 2 wires. That's it, and everything will be hidden. Everything will be buried. We'll see how that turns out. So let's go for it. So we got our holes cut, all 3, and it fit like a glove. Okay, so now let me do this. Oh no, I was gonna. This sucks working with one hand. Now see, this is exactly what I was talking about. If I would have finished it before I started doing all this, I would have scratched up and it would have been horrible. So what I'm doing now, I had to take the wires, take the lights back out. I just took them out. So I cut these grooves, these channels for the wire to lay in. And like I said, I'm gonna put a piece of plexiglass. I'm gonna spray paint it black. Put a strip of plexiglass on it, and just have the wire coming out of one hole. And actually, how I'm gonna do it too is I'm going to drill a hole in here diagonally. That way, once I put all my circuit boards in, matter of fact, put one of the circuit boards in. Oh yeah, that's plenty of space. In fact, let me grab all 3. That way I can give you an idea of what is going on. So all 3 will sit in there. Alright. I'm sorry, my hand is shaking bad right now. So all 3, it's actually going to be sitting up horizontally. Sitting there like that. I'm going to have each wire coming in each one of these holes. And this wire is going to run all the way through, all the way down to in here. After I get all of the leads wired in, because all of the main power sources coming in is on this end of the circuit board. All right, so I'm having them all tied in here. And actually, what I might also do as a I don't know. Let me stop. Let me think for a second, because I was thinking about replacement, but this shouldn't have to be replaced for years. But I'm leaving it, and this would be nice for the next electrician or handyman or whatever you want to call it. They would love me after this, because in 13 years, when these lights eventually go out, all right, somebody could come back and disassemble it, take those lights back out, replace them with some of the same, and the lights will probably be super thin, because really all I need is that strip right there. It's paper thin. Replace the lights, and then you have a box already pre-made inside of the wood, so it'll be just perfect. It'll be perfect, and they can just run the wires, and I'm gonna have the plexiglass plate to cover up everything. The only thing you're gonna see is one hole that I'm probably gonna put right over here at an angle, and tie a knot right here, so when a person's wiring it up, they won't have to take this off at all. There'll be no reason for them to go in there. They'll have the wires hanging out, and we just tie it in from right there. Verification. Yeah. So that's how that's gonna be. Yep. All right. Let me finish routing this out. So I got caught up in working. I got in the zone and I started painting. So that's the before. I was almost finished with this side. That's the before, what it looks like. And then I'm gonna show you where it's going. You see it running out of sunlight here. Got to take this show to the garage here shortly. Like I said, I didn't want to use a brush, but that's what it is. Look at that. See that color change? So once that clear coat hits it, it's going to be so much different. The color's really going to pop and jump out. Even the light side is a little dark on it. That's going to dry up though. It's going to come back light again. It's going to have that sheen section over it. So we got our lights painted up. All I gotta do is put them suckers back together, and it's a good thing that I went with black on that because this got so much darker other than putting those white lights in there after that coating, after I put the final finish on it. I'm about to sand it over again and then hit it one more time. I decided to go with shellac because that's all I had really right now at the time. I wanted to go out and buy nothing unnecessarily. And what was it at? Oh, and then this too. This is gonna be the mountain bracket, and this is the wires that go to it. This is coming off. I'm gonna cut this, but this is all that's gonna be going into my box on the back side of this. So I'm gonna let this dry, and once this dries, then it'll be assembly time. I can assemble everything. I'll put everything back together, do all my wiring. Yeah, and it'll be straight. Then I'll be able to mount it tonight. And I gotta put the eye hole hooks actually on the back side of it on all four corners, and it'll be a done deal. Incoming power. This is the only thing that's going to be use the wire nut on. So now have to do my jumpers for my hot. I was thinking of because actually on this side it has fuses. Let's see if it on this side. Make sure I get it. On this side, these little black things, these are fuses for each one for the incoming. So if it should be ever a shortage or something like that coming from the incoming power, it will blow out the fuse on it. Where's another one? Let me show you on the board. So crap. So on this circuit board right here, you got these fuses. And actually, it says FU1. I can't see if it's really getting it clear. Right there. FU1, fuse 1. All right. So that will for incoming hot wire, that will short circuit that. It'll blow that fuse out before it cooks the board or causes any other damage anywhere else. So now I'm going to tie in each one of these. I'm trying to think how I'm gonna do it. I'm probably just do a jumper just like that. So this would be a whole lot easier since it's not going directly into the board, and I'm going just mounting it up to the fuse. And even after I'm done with this, I'm gonna put some glue stick on it, so it could be good and insulated. That's what I like. Now, that's our incoming power, right? This right here is gonna be, I know it's like really junky right here right now. That's what happens when you work with stuff. I got all these little strip wires. Anyway, so now that's gonna be an incoming power source, and we got one of our lights right here. So we have our bench tester wire. This is incoming. It's incoming hot wire. Oh, I need some more wire nuts. Let's get that. That away. So let's see, is that a good angle? Let's see the lights. All right, here goes nothing. Oh, gotta plug it in first. All right, if everything's wired up correctly, boom, we are good. Yeah, that is actually really bright. How's that picking up on the camera? Yeah, that's like really, really bright. So that's pretty much how that's gonna go. All right, I believe we're ready to test this. I have my incoming power coming in right here. This razor is tough. This thing is tough. My incoming power coming in right here. I love this. We gotta get you one of these. I'm not advertising for DeWalt, but I love this box cutter so much because of the way you could just do that. Yeah, that other one was dull. Trash. All right, so I got everything wired up. All right, I got it connected to a power strip, and I am confident that this is going to work out. So, last look over it. If anything should go wrong, it should go wrong now. And I'm gonna turn it on and then I'll tilt it up. So let's cross fingers and everything else we can. Bam. There she goes. Can't see. Nope. Going through. I did a good job. So now, that's good. That worked out. No arcing, no sparking, no none of that. So I still know what the hell I'm doing. Let's turn off the light and see how bright that is. Wrist lifting it up. Actually, no, we're not going to get excited because it's dark. I wanted to lift it up and I got one hand. I don't want to mess up. Let's just tilt it towards the camera. And then, like, this is dimmable, so. All right. So, that's our bench test. Our bench test is out of the way. So now, let's plug this out. We don't need any accidents. So now, that hole that I broke for that. I just had it plugged up to this. I could have actually went with 2 lights in this, straight up, because that is like really bright. But then that's also good too, because if it's turn this off. Yeah, that is like, see, look, I'm gonna turn. All right, these are all the other lights in the room. Right, and you see this. You can see the shadow, like it's dark, right? I'm gonna turn those off, and that, like, that is bright, bro. It is really, really bright. Those 3 lights, especially that close together, I could actually use 2 lights in that, within that distance, because it is bright. That's why it's glaring. All right, let me show you. See, those are glaring, like, somewhat, but look how much that, look, see the comparison. That is really glaring, like, it is bright. And the camera is not gonna do all the justice. Okay, there we go. That way you can actually see it. So, yes, the little pieces of wood is tacky. Yes, I know. But I just had to make that work, because those eye hooks, and you see the chain that I used. It's not, that's how I was able to get it up there. I did it like one hook at a time, and I was able to, mount it. Crap. So, but the wood, I screwed the wood in, the screw with like I think that's a 3-inch screw, and then I used the eye hooks. Those eye hooks. And then I got 4 on the back side of that black walnut. And it looks really nice. It looks really, really nice. And now that I think about it, it doesn't even have to be all that shiny and stuff like that. It could be just, it could be like dull, just the natural color would probably actually work a lot better. Unless somebody requests they want it just all glassy and shiny, stuff like that. And if they want like that, then I would actually recommend epoxy, which would last forever, and it would just be easier to wipe down. All right, so I was up thinking, I had got up, just thinking about this some more. So due to the fact that this is not how it was originally sold, as far as the lighting, I was thinking about liability issues if I was to sell this piece. So I'm going to keep this one. This was my trial and error piece. I'm gonna keep this. I'm going to keep this one for myself, but I will be making others because I believe this voids the UL guidelines as far as with electrical stuff like that. And if I was to sell it to somebody, then their house caught on fire, God forbid, and it would be on me. So I don't want to say this was a waste of time, because I learned a lot in doing this, but I also want to show my skills when it comes down to things like this. So the covers, after everything's all said and done, be like that. You won't see the LED lights. So yeah, this was my own project. First one I'm done. So what I'm going to do in the future if anybody should want something like this. And this is actually, it turned out pretty nice actually. This nice piece right here is done. So, I'm gonna post that, and this will be up there posted here shortly, especially right around time for the holidays. So you can buy this for somebody for the holidays, whatever the case may be. I gotta stop saying whatever the case may be. I just started doing that all of a sudden. I don't know why. But yeah, I have this posted here shortly. I have a couple other pieces. I just gotta finish sanding them down and put a nice little finish on it. And these will be ready to go. Got some boards, some really big pieces of hickory. These are about 5 feet. So, and then I got some other black walnut sitting over there. So, let's see, there's some other small pieces I was working with. So, if you want something like that done, something an epoxy table done, would have to just work out the details on that. I can get it done within a timely manner. I just gotta order some more epoxy. Actually, the market's kind of down on the epoxy tables right now because the market's oversaturated with it. You know, a lot of people got into the business and they kind of just, back in 2022, 2023, it was like really jumping, but now the prices have went down because it's less, the supply and demand kind of fluctuated, and like I still got a bunch of stuff that I haven't sold. That's why I said let me try something new. Let's go to lighting and some coat rack, something that's simple as far as making it, and it takes less material. Like I said, I got plenty of these, so I'll do a couple of those. Might put a shelf on some. I was even thinking about doing some vanities and some other things, but let me know what you guys want to see. This is actually going to be switching over to another channel that'll be exclusively dedicated to this. So if you like what you see, share, like, subscribe, and thank you for watching.